Hey guys, welcome to another episode from Stacy Here We Grow Again. Today I just want to go over the life stages of a pepper plant. You know, how to grow a pepper. How does it grow? So we started off by planting some seeds up of our own that we took out of a pepper from the store and from the garden. These are the ones from my garden. So we planted them up. They took about 10 days to sprout. You want to keep that soil well moist and in a warm spot. So on a sunny windowsill or in a lanai out here, if that's where you're going to keep them. So we started these inside. And then when they sprout, you know, and they have a few sets of leaves on them, these are not the true sets, the first leaves that pop up. So the second and third sets are the ones that are the true sets. So the bottom set here is one set. This is the first node, second node, third node. So after the third node is when I usually start giving it food at half strength, diluted Miracle-Gro, about once a week when they're really growing, when they're starting to get into veg. And then when they start pushing out fruit, which is usually about 50 to 75 days, depending on which pepper you have. And these are all green pepper. We're also growing a sweet banana up inside. And then they start pushing out these little flower buds. Can see peppers start flowering, but before they start flowering, guys, you can pinch off a node. So pinch off that top node like this right here. I would pinch this whole node off, and then what happens is they'll start bushing out. And if you do that, you can get a bunch of pepper growth on the sides here. So I want to show you that we're starting to flower here. So we're going to get a bunch of pepper growth on the side, on our inner nodes, instead of just our four tops. So peppers usually end up with four tops. And you can see this is how they start when they start pushing out little nodes. And then they start shooting out these flowers. Now, pepper flowers are self-pollinating, so they have both male and female parts. And all you need to do is either give it a little shake if you're growing it indoors, or the pollinators outside will do it for you. Usually they don't need to be pollinated, hand-pollinated. They'll usually just do their thing. But if your pepper, you notice, is not pollinating, then you can go ahead and give it a bit of a shake, or any self-pollinating plant for that matter. When they start getting flowers and stuff, I like to top off with a good compost-rich organic soil, like my Harvest Organics mix or my Coco Loco potting mix. It has back guano, Norwegian kelp meal, earthworm castings, dolomite lime, which controls the pH in the soil. Peppers like to be between a 6 and a 7, like most veggies in the garden. And full sun, 8 to 10 hours a day. They prefer 8. If you have only 6, you know, try to get a grow light for the other supplemental lighting. But they can really do well with 6. They can produce still. They might take longer to produce, but they will still produce. So you can pinch your pepper. Now, these were not pinched. This one was not pinched, and those two were not pinched. So this one, we'll go back to this one. Once this pollinates, guys, we're going to get a lot of peppers on the sides and inner nodes here. You can see all that growth starting compared to those peppers that are just, you know, kind of lanky and they just split off. So peppers split off once they get big, and you can see they create like a V. So they kind of V out there. This is just a leaf, which we can get rid of because it's at the V. So anything around this V area, I usually pull with the leaves, and then it V's out once, and then it splits off again. And that's what we're getting here, these 4 tops on top. And we're good. We didn't prune those, and we're getting a lot of peppers. So I'm getting one on this one that's almost ready to harvest. And that's how they pollinate. Once they pollinate, they start growing these beautiful peppers. So they start really small. Let's see if we can get a pic for you here. They start really small at first. I know you're in here, little fella. Right there. So cute. And then they grow big. So they start like that with the flower. Then they grow little. And then in no time, you'll have a big pepper. So this isn't ready yet. This needs to plump out and get really big. Like, it has to fit in my palm pretty good. It's supposed to be really big. And you can even wait till your pepper plants, your peppers on there actually get about a good red color. Like when they start getting red tinted color. So when they start fattening up good and getting red. This is still really small, but you can see we're getting a lot of pollinations on here. Tons of flower heads. These flower heads will just keep growing and pushing out new stalks on the sides and everything, flowering. And then when the pepper's done producing, I usually check them out in my compost pile and start fresh for next year. They get fed a good once every 2 weeks with my Miracle-Gro when they start pushing out them flowers there. And then once a week with my CalMag. CalMag Nutrients has calcium and magnesium, which is great for your plants. Then I just keep topping off with my fresh compost once every few weeks in the soil. And I'm going to have to repot these peppers because they're too small, these pots, for these size pepper plants. These are going to get just as big as that one back there because they're the same thing. And I'm going to have to put these in at least a gallon and a half pot. So if you're growing a pepper in pots, at least a gallon and a half pot. I'm going to take these indoors, this one and this one, and they're going to be repotted soon too. So I hope this helps you guys in the best way possible. Remember to keep your peppers well watered. So at this stage, I usually just water as soon as that soil dries out 3/4 of the way. I give it a water. In my garden beds, I just give it a water whenever I think it needs it. So maybe once every other day or so. In the colder weather, we're not going to have to water so much. So it's December, and we're not really watering too much. That soil's not drying out as quick because it's winter. But if you have dry climates, you might notice your soil is drying out a little bit faster. So you're going to have to keep an eye on that watering. Just make sure your soil is not drying out totally because it can damage the roots to the plant. And then your plant might be sucking up them nutrients adequately, and then it won't grow correctly. I hope this helps you guys in the best way possible to grow peppers and to just understand their life stages. It's really fun to grow. You can grow it indoors, out, in your porch, wherever. Please remember to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more to come. We have a Facebook page now, so don't forget to visit that. And send me a request. I will be more than happy to accept you on into the group so we can all share our garden together. You can post pictures of your own garden and just help each other as one in the gardening community. Thank you for your support so far, for all the subscribers. I appreciate it. Till next time, guys, happy planting. Bye-bye.